Yo, what is good, YouTube? Krishan checking back in with another video. If you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to the channel, guys. About 90% of people that watch my videos aren't even subscribed. So in the first update of the day, these are the latest updates from Nick Walker. And I always wonder when he takes pictures at this MI40 gym, the legs look smaller than the upper body. I'm not sure if it's the angle or if it's just reality. But Nick does look incredible here. And you know, for Nick being a guy that's 290, possibly even 300 pounds right now, people call him blocky, but he actually looks pretty good in a shot like this. And even though Nick doesn't have the smallest waist, due to his width, he does create a great illusion, similar to a Jay Cutler. You know, if you don't have the smallest waist, you got to get as wide as possible to accentuate that V-taper look. But in my last post of Nick Walker, a lot of you guys in the comment section were talking about his veins. I didn't even know that was still a thing, guys. Let it go. Nick is fine. But this is an incredible update, and I'm excited to see Nick at the Olympia. And switching over to our current reigning Mr. Olympia, Big Ramy. Ramy isn't a guy to put out too many updates, but within the past couple of weeks, he has been putting out a lot of training footage. And Ramy is working, guys. He's coming for that title. Prior to his last update, once again, a lot of people were saying Ramy may not show up this year. Ramy is beatable. But as long as I see Ramy working, I think he is going to hold that title. Granted, he nails his conditioning. And speaking of conditioning, let's talk about Hadi Choopan, who put this up recently. And I'm pretty sure this is recent. And it's always crazy the conditioning that Hadi seems to display even in the offseason. Now, Hadi is a guy everyone talks about, should have won the Olympia. He could always win. But I honestly think what's holding him back is just overall size. Similar to Kamal versus Akeem, a lot of people were saying that Kamal had the better physique that day. But in the end, Akeem won just due to overwhelming size. And once again, another similarity between Hadi Choopan and Kamal Gardner. They're both very 2D, I would say. You know, Akeem Williams, Samson Dowder, William Bonac. Phil Heath is the best example. All of those guys are 3D. Their muscles just jump off at you. Even though these guys are very conditioned, the bubbly guys always seem to look even bigger due to the 3D look. And I'm by no means putting Hadi Choopan down in any way. Next to Rafa Brandao, Hadi is probably my favorite physique we have competing in the open division today. But I just had to give you guys my honest analysis on why I think Hadi hasn't won the Olympia and potentially why he may struggle to win it. Now, the next update of the day, Andrew Jack actually posted this up today. This was him and his coach George Farrell prior to the Texas Pro. And I thought this was some incredible footage to look at because this is up close and personal with Andrew Jack. Look at this front lat spread, man. And it's been very funny how a lot of guys have been commenting on his forearms as if he's not going to win a show because of his forearms. Now, something that I pointed out, he has very long limbs, so it gives the illusion that he has a lot more space to fill out. Look when he turns to the back. Look how the muscles just hang off him, guys. This guy's an absolute genetic freak. And granted, once again, I was wrong about this guy. I had him placing fourth going into the Texas Pro, but I've said I was wrong about 5 or 6 times already, guys. No problem admitting I was wrong, but I'm excited to see this guy in December. He definitely has some things he can still improve on. Actually, we'll see him at the Arnold UK before that. But still excited to see more Andrew Jack. And switching over to Michal Krizo, I actually took this from one of his YouTube videos. Krizo just started a YouTube channel. I will leave the link in the description. Be sure to go follow him. His name is Krizo in all caps. Get him some subs, guys. He only has about 200 right now. But I posted some screen grabs from this video a couple days ago, but I figured I would share the full footage with you guys. Once again, we aren't 100% confirmed on which show he's doing, but he did say he is going to compete this year. And at the start of this video, he says he doesn't want to go to the Mr. Olympia unless he's going to place well or potentially win. You know, he isn't just going there just to hop on the stage. And with Krizo making a statement like that, it makes me wonder, is he planning on doing the Olympia or trying to qualify this year? You know, he doesn't just want to go there to place. I'm pretty sure he heard the critics about his back as well as his glutes needing to come up. So I wonder, will he take, you know, a year off even if he turns pro this year and maybe come into next year's Mr. Olympia. But this guy looks incredible. And something else. All of the taller guys don't look impressive in videos. You know, Kuklos, Samson, even Andrew Jack, they don't look as impressive in video as they do on stage and next to guys. Krizo looks big here, so just imagine when he stands next to some guys. And switching over to Hunter Labrada at 17 weeks out from the Mr. Olympia. And Hunter is a very transparent guy. If you guys follow him on Instagram, he always posts very revealing physique updates as well as his full training and meal plans. But one of the first things that jumped out to me in this, I wonder, does Hunter train abs or how much does he train abs? I think his abs could be deeper, more separated. I know it's the off season, but even on stage. Now in this back double bicep, you guys can see that Hunter has definitely brought the back up. Seems like he has a little more meat around the lower lat region. Hopefully he's able to maintain this going into this year's Mr. Olympia. Hunter is about 290 pounds right now. He's been posting his weight a lot recently for some reason, but I'm excited to see him as well as everyone else. Now, in the next update of the day, this is the latest from William Bonac, and this is confirmed to be recent. I was unsure because if you look closely at the glutes seem to be almost striated, and William Bonac said that he's the biggest he's ever been in any offseason, and still maintaining some striations in the glutes. It's going to be scary come Mr. Olympia. William Bonac is going to be knocking at that door, guys. And the matchup that I'm most excited to see at this year's Mr. Olympia is going to be William Bonac versus Nick Walker. I think it's going to be a good one. And in the next update of the day, this is the latest from James Hollingshead. I believe we're around 5 weeks out from the Arnold Classic UK. And Bodybuilding and BS actually did a great video on James recently. You guys should go check it out. James may or may not be working with Coach Patrick Tour. That could be very good, or, it could be the other way. But I'm excited to see James hop on stage. There's a lot of hype going into him last year. A lot of people had him placing as high as top 6 at the Mr. Olympia. I believe he ended up placing 12th. Hopefully James is able to redeem himself at this Arnold Classic. Now, speaking of this Arnold Classic UK, these are the latest updates from Marc Hector, who has just been looking incredible. And what do you guys think about this guy's physique? Can he shake some things up with this Arnold Classic UK? Top 4 is probably going to be Andrew Jack, Martin Fitzwater, James Hollingshead, and Marc Hector. How can he do against those guys? Can he beat a guy like James Hollingshead? Can he beat Martin Fitzwater? I'm excited to see this guy on stage, and he has definitely made some improvements since the last time that we seen him. And I believe he actually lost to James Hollingshead at the Europa Pro, if I'm not mistaken. And in the next update of the day, this is the latest from Justin Rodriguez, who is coached by George Farah. Justin still hasn't named a show, but he will be competing before the year is over. Not too many shows left. The only show in the U.S. is the Legion Sports Fest, I believe. And then we have like Prague, Romania, all the shows over there in Europe, as well as the Europa Pro. And with the Europa Pro, the top 2 qualify for the Mr. Olympia. But we should see Justin hop on stage soon. And in the next update of the day, this is the latest from Charles Griffen, who actually looks somewhat aesthetic. But take a look at the bicep, guys. Even in this shot, biceps are absolutely insane. But I think a lot of people should take note from Charles. Even if you can't pull a very deep vacuum, I think practicing vacuums can help a lot with the midsection control and make you look a lot better on stage. Charles took one of his weakest points and made it one of the strong suits of his physique. Probably went from a third call-out guy to the Mr. Olympia to potentially being in that top 8, And in the next update of the day, this is the latest from Nathan Epler, who recently moved up to the open division. He placed 12th at the Texas Pro, and he placed 3rd at the Tampa Pro in the 212 division. I'm excited to see this guy in open. He has an incredible structure. The most glaring thing he needs to bring up to me is the quads. They could have a lot more sweep. But I'm pretty sure Nathan is going to take some time off to actually grow into this division. And Nathan is another guy. He placed 5th at the 212 Olympia, and he's moved up to open. So many 212 guys are starting to switch to open, and I hope that doesn't make them get rid of the 212 division or think less of it. Now, the next update of the day, these are the latest updates from Good Vito. Now, some of you guys may be wondering why I don't really talk about him, why I've never shared updates of him. He's just now coming over, trying to get into the NPC and trying to turn pro. I wasn't really pumping too much hype into Krizo or Andrew Jack until they came over here either. I put most of my energy into guys we actually have competing in the pro league. But let me know in the comment section below if you guys would like to see more updates of Good Vito, But definitely once he turns pro, he will be a frequent on the channel. And in the next update of the day, these are the latest updates from Jang Yeop, who is being coached by Milo Sarchev as he preps for the Japan Pro. Now, if you guys don't remember, he was the 2nd place finisher to Noah Ladame at this past year's New York Pro. This guy came out of nowhere. And honestly, if he was a little bit more conditioned, he probably could have took the show. But Noah was just peeled to the bone. I'm very excited to see this guy compete, man. The structure is insane. He's a shorter guy, crazy quads, crazy muscularity. Just needs to bring the back up a bit and also come in a bit more condition. And Milos is a great guy for that. And in the next update of the day, this is the latest from Alex Cambronero, former Arnold Classic champion in the Classic Physique division, and also placed 6th at last year's Olympia right behind Ramon Dino. Do not sleep on this guy. Very, very tiny waist. He's a veteran. He's been there before. Very polished. This guy also comes in incredible condition and has a good back as well. Alex can definitely shake some things up. People are trying to move up the Classic Physique ranks, but they have to get past this guy who was only 6th last year. And in the next update of the day, this is Eunhee Kang. This is from the Amateur Olympia. She competed in women's bodybuilding and she actually placed third. Now, I actually made a video on her about a month ago, but I never put it out because a lot of her pictures seem to be potentially photoshopped. Don't really want to take anything away from her at all. But these legs are absolutely unbelievable. Probably the biggest legs I've ever seen on any female. And honestly, it seems like a lot of bodybuilders from the China and Korea area have crazy lower body development. You know, even the 212 guy we were just talking about, Jang Yeop, has those crazy quads. Now, next up in the news, courtesy of Buys and Tries over on Instagram, Jeremy Buendia confirms he's going to make a comeback to the stage in 2023. Now, if you guys don't remember, Jeremy is a 4-time Olympia champion in the men's physique division. Currently the most wins out of anyone. Brandon Hendrickson currently has 3 and will be going for his 4th this year to tie the record. I'm excited to see Jeremy hop on the stage, man. He's been through a lot. I believe this guy got down to potentially 120, 130 pounds after all the injuries. But he's up to 200, maybe even 200 plus. Glad to see it, man. And ending this video here with my archive of the day. Very easy one. But this was an incredible photo, man. Actually, this is Freakenstein. But as always, I hope you guys did indeed enjoy this video. I'm not sure if that Freakenstein is offensive or not, but I'm Christian from Go Fitness. If you haven't done so already, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. That's it. I'm out.